Good afternoon, Jim. This is DENNY-WB9MSM. Whiskey Bravo 9. Mike Sierra Mike. I'm located in Wisconsin.
Roger, Mike Sierra Mike. Why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system. Let me look around and see if I can find us a better path. Roger?
Roger? Yes, that sounds fine, Jim. Delta Echo Nancy 17 700 and around 250 watts. 250 watts I actually have a double bazooka antenna for 80 and 40 meters, and it's up roughly around 30 to 35 feet, Jim. And I've talked to you before. I built my own frequency counter, Jim, and I'm just curious if I'm pretty much on frequency with my old Swan. I have it set to 7.188, and that's what the frequency counter is reading, Jim. So you might just comment. KC9VKV, Indiana, Whiskey Baker 9, Mike Sierra Mike, Wisconsin.
Roger, Mike Sierra Mike. You might be just ever so slightly high on frequency. Just ever so slightly. Not even maybe a click. It's just really close. It's just, I wouldn't sweat it. Close enough for government work, Roger?
Close enough for government work, Roger?
Yeah, very, very good, Jim. I'm putting together a YouTube video on how I built this little frequency counter, and I'm telling you what, Jim, it's really seeming to work out. I am finding, however, that I do have some drift, and it's about 10 hertz. I will drift about 10 hertz. However, it stabilizes pretty good. And if I get too far off frequency, I'll just tweak it a little bit. But it seems like it's about 10 hertz, Jim. But you're sounding great here in Wisconsin. Very, very nice signal as always, Jim. Over.
Roger. Now, you're speaking of drift on the frequency counter or the Swan?
On the frequency counter or the Swan?
I think it's on the Swan. The Swan. I'm noticing it, though, on the frequency counter when I see the frequency shift just a little bit. But right now it's saying 7.188.
Roger that. Now, the power supply for your frequency counter, is it a battery supply, or are you AC supplying that power for the frequency counter?
Power for the frequency counter.
That is AC, Jim. It's an old Rig Blaster Walmart power supply. And I utilize that as the actual 12 volts for the frequency counter.
Roger. Well, depending on how much power that frequency counter takes, you might find that if you isolate that power supply to a battery power supply for the frequency counter, you might see a better regulation of the frequency. In other words, you could be picking up RF on that power lead into the frequency counter, or any number of things. But you might try it just under battery power and see how that works, Roger.
Yeah, I can do it very easily with battery power. I do have a 9-volt battery that I can use. However, I opted not to do that primarily because sometimes I leave my radio on, Jim, for a couple hours at a time. I may have it going on in the background, and I figured, boy, I'll just wear that battery down to nothing. But in a pinch, I could put that on, no problem. And I will check that, Jim. That's a very, very good suggestion.
Roger, Roger. Well, if you happen to have a field strength meter, you might sample around that DC input from the wall wart to see if you have any RF there in the beginning. If you don't see any RF with a field strength meter, there's nothing there to actually be more positive about running battery versus AC, Roger.
Battery versus AC, Roger.
Yes, that's a good idea. Very good idea. Well, I don't want to jeopardize this conversation here. I'll let you carry on with other guys, but I wanted to jump in to say hello to you there, Jim. Over.
Roger, well, I know we've had experiences with that Swan in the past, and you have been kind of here and there with the frequency, so just today you're a lot closer than you've ever been, so that field strength meter, that frequency counter is definitely doing a good job for you, Roger.
Counter is definitely doing a good job for you, Roger.
Yes, Roger, Jim. It certainly is, and it's so nice. It comes through beautiful, Jim. And what's really nice about it is it's actually fairly decent how I built it. It's kind of but that's a whole other story for another time. But anyway, thank you, sir. And I will say 73 to my friend in Indiana. And I will chat again another time. Thank you, sir.
Roger. 73, sir. You have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. From now until 5, we record live, then we take that recording and post it up on YouTube. And if you have participated, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, along with today's date, 10/8/21, that will take you directly to this recording. Now, if you just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page, where we're currently featuring about 1,850 recorded Qso-Vlog programs. And you can go through there and check out a lot of folks' audio and say, hey, I like his, I don't like his, I like mine better than his, or I like his better than mine. It's all about options and being able to see what your neighbor's doing audio-wise. This is KC9VKV listening.